リップルの XRP がコインだということになると、これは大変な値段になると思います。
Could XRP still make you a millionaire? You just heard from the CEO of Japan's largest banking group, SBI, say XRP will be a very high price. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and comment your price prediction on XRP because we're giving away $50 to 5 lucky commenters. We're going to dive into huge bullish news for XRP price prediction, and the charts. So, Coin Bureau shares breaking. New York Stock Exchange ARCA approves ProShares Ultra XRP ETF. And what is ProShares Ultra XRP ETF? Is a 2 times leveraged fund designed to offer double the daily returns of XRP. Unlike traditional spot ETFs, which track the actual asset, this ETF uses future contracts to amplify gains or losses on a daily basis. Here are some key features that include 2 times leverage on daily XRP price performance, futures-based structure for regulatory compliance, a New York Stock Exchange ARCA listing, one of the most liquid ETF marketplaces in the US, and managed by ProShares, a trusted issuer with billions in crypto ETF assets. We might see a huge ripple effect, no pun intended. What does this mean for XRP's price? The announcement sent XRP prices soaring, with bulls targeting psychological resistance at $3 and beyond. Analysts are pointing to bullish triangle breakout, surging futures volume, increased capital inflow, and renewed investor confidence. Don't worry, we're going to cover the charts, how much XRP you need to become a millionaire. Also, we saw XRP ETF surpass $50 million in assets under management within a month of launch in Canada, which is bullish. So let's check out the charts right now. We're seeing XRP just retesting prior highs right here, and we made all-time highs in 2018 at approximately $3.35, and we're seeing the current price at 2.93. So what I like about this price structure is we had this huge move up, and now we are actually building like a bullish flag here. Another thing that I like is that we're actually retesting the highs here. In April 2021, we got rejected from previous all-time highs. And now in this year, we've broken above those highs. We are actually using this as a support. So it's quite bullish. And if we take a look at the previous run-up right here and run up our fibs from A to B, you can see that we smashed into all-time highs, hitting up to approximately the 2.25 fib level, which if we see the same thing, that could push up XRP to approximately over $10. So if we take it from A to B, that would push XRP to $15, which is huge. Now, can XRP hit $15? We need to take a look at the current market cap and compare that to relative assets like Bitcoin. Let's do it with gold and strong stocks. Before we do that, let's break down to the weekly and let's take a look at the chart. We can see here we're having a tough time breaking these previous highs right now. We're seeing a little bit of a resistance, but what I like is that we are kind of building this bullish flag right here. We are actually making higher lows, you can see, and then we're holding above this weekly EMA, which is quite strong. So I actually think we'll crush that $3 level and we'll keep working our way up to $5, which is huge. So if we take a look at the top cryptos in terms of market cap, you have XRP sitting in number 3. And I mean, for those of you that don't know what XRP is, it's a digital currency created for fast, low cost, cross-border payments. Unlike Bitcoin, which is mined, all 100 billion XRP were created at launch. It's used to move value across the XRP ledger and can act as a bridge between different currencies. The problem with that is the Ripple Foundation, they kept 80% of the supply for themselves, and they still have upwards of 50% of the supply. So they pretty much control the supply and the price because they could dump and even pump the asset if they wanted to. So It's sitting at $173 billion in market cap. And let's take a look at this awesome website, which lets you look at assets ranked by market cap. And you can see gold sitting in first at $22 trillion. Then Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon in the top 5. For XRP to reach gold's level, it would need to hit over 100x. So let's take a look at something more reasonable, which is Bitcoin sitting in 6th. You have XRP sitting as the 109th top asset in the world, $173 billion. So for XRP to reach Bitcoin's market cap, it would have to pull a 13.5x, and XRP would be valued at approximately $40. Now let's take a look at the number one stock and how much XRP would need to gain to reach Nvidia's level, which is $70 and a 24x. Can XRP do that? Do you think it'll be more valuable than Bitcoin? Do you think it'll be more valuable than all the stocks in the world? And then right behind gold? It's possible. I wouldn't rule out anything in crypto, but it's highly unlikely. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart, and we're taking a look on the monthly time frame. You can see that XRP has bounced off these lows, and it's respected this support. Why I'm bringing it up is because we made an exact video on where to buy XRP a year ago, and we named it Double Your Bitcoin with XRP, XRP to $1, and it's actually done 3 times that, so you would have tripled your Bitcoin following our trade. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other opportunities that we share. We put out videos every single day. I'm taking a look at this. We're seeing major resistance here against Bitcoin, and this just shows you, like, is it better to be holding XRP or Bitcoin? We're coming into previous highs right now, but that doesn't mean XRP can break through this and continue this uptrend that we're in right now and go back to previous highs. So if we see XRP working its way back to the previous highs that it set, that's still another 400% approximately that you can triple or 4x your Bitcoin stack holding XRP. And we made this chart for you guys to see how to become a millionaire just by buying XRP. So you have $1,000 invested, and we're going to see a 10x price multiplier on XRP. That would give you a price of $29 and 1.72 trillion market cap. You would have $10,000 if you invested $10,000. You'd have $100,000 if you invested $25,000. You'd have $250K. So same thing with here. We did a 25x, a 50x, a 100x, and with those respective prices, you'd see its future price. So $72. $145 and $290. So XRP, if it reached an 100x, it would be sitting at $17 trillion, and that's actually less than the gold market cap. So is it possible? If you invested $1,000 and you got 100x, you'd be at 100K, 10,000 at $1 million, and 25K at 2.5 million. And here's a chart as well if you want to look at it and see how well XRP could potentially do. So if you invested $1,000, $10,000, $25,000, you could see how well it would do with the price multiplier right here. Do you think you could become a millionaire with XRP? What's your price target? Post it below, and we'll pick out 5 winners to win $10 in XRP or stablecoins. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video.